introduced you and said that you were a Steelers legend.
Oh,
you
cut
were
it out.
brought on and you were talking. In that moment, I decided that I am going to refer to you as a Steelers legend.
Don't do that.
Forward.
Don't do that. I look at the success that he had with Aaron Rodgers specifically, and it's like, you mean to tell me all of the grievances that we've had under Coach Tomlin about winning offense, about winning quarterback development, about winning points, and we go and get a guy that has proven he can do that at multiple stops with multiple calibers of quarterback, but is viewed as a negative. That's the part from the player side that we're like, yo, that's the disconnect.
As a Steelers legend, hearing you talk,
oh my Lord,
I think one of the things that you said that I actually agree with is we know what we have. And I think that sometimes it's easier to play a game or go through life or anything when you know what you have. Now, does that mean he can't get better, evolve, improve, and all those things? Absolutely it does. But I think to the core of us, we've seen him be a coach. It's not going to be foreign to us. We can hold him to a certain standard from day one.
I've heard somebody say, yo, shout out to Tanisha.
I was on playback.
Because Tanisha, for years, we've been opening them phone lines. Years. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the shout out, even when I'm not here. It made me feel special. It made me feel validated. And I love that. And to hear your voices on call-in, it's amazing because now when I see you in the comment section, I can like hear you talking to me. I love it. Shout out to the people in the chat.
Bravo. Bravo. I see you had some petty time when you was making all this. I could tell. Like, yeah. I was like, of all the clips, of all the things, like I'm catching a theme here. I'm seeing a trend with these intros. Like,
how long I had to.
You know what?
I'm like, where is this clip? Like, I know it exists. I know what I said. I know what he said. I know what he said. It took me forever. And then I was like, I'll be honest, that intro was like 5 minutes long. I had to edit it down because there's so much I want to put in there. But I also wanted to do like a shout out to the chat because I feel like the chat like the chat is like us. And so I'm like, I need to throw in that shout out to them because I love the call-ins. I love when they call in. So anyway, so shout out to the chat.
Man, that was dope. Shout out to you, man. Look, Tanisha been in her bag over here, man. Look, every time I'm just like, I thought, okay, upgrade the intro was gonna be well. I'm like, yo, you always like 3-4 levels ahead. I'm like, yo, how did you get to just the mix? I don't even want no parts of you, man. It's like, yo, shout out to the skills, okay? Not at all. No. In fact, I asked you what to start the show today and say, Tanisha, let's talk about Garrett Bowles, Aaron Brewer, Creed Humphrey, Quinn Miners, Penei Sewell, and of course, the protector of the year, Joe Thuney. Since, yes, I went back and I was watching, I was like, yo, I ain't like how, I wasn't as enthused about the offensive line, man, and the way that Tanisha had like made it a point to like say, hey, I'm upset with you about this right here. And I'm like, wow. and then I'm like, yo, really? The website of the one, I'm like, yo, Edify, you just go casually leave that one out on top of it. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here like, okay. So you know what? I'm better today than I was yesterday. Okay, just know that I'm better today. All right.
You know why?
But yeah,
you're a Steelers legend, and you
no.
Mistake twice. It's funny because I watched that back on playback too. I mean, and granted, it was early, so sometimes in the early morning I can be a little bit snappier. And I was like, where's the offensive lineman? Like, where are my guys at? Like, where are my guys? Like, how dare you forget these guys? Where are my big guys at? I like big guys.
Yesterday afternoon, I'm over here, I'm cutting down clips, and I'm just like, every time I kept getting to that, I'm just like, you know what? I got you. I'm gonna be better. Okay. I would be better. I'm gonna make sure we know every name. We're gonna say their names at the beginning, not the middle, not the end. So we drop them if you want, I got positions and everything. All right, we can talk backstory on Garrett Bowles. You'll see the old tackle. I like the fact that we had a center from the Dolphins, and the Dolphins was up and down this year, but he was consistent. All right. Creed Humphrey, we know that's been the darling since getting drafted. Him and my man Tyler Linderbaum, they go back and forth. Which one you like more? We glad that we got Zach Frazier in the mix as well. All right. Quinn Miners, though. Quinn Miners is the new, darling, right? He's the new he's the new darling of the guards, right? He's the guy that a lot of people are fancy and a lot of people like, very similar to I'm trying to make up my guy's name that was over in Baltimore for all those years, man, recently retired, but very similar, how they talk about him. So I had to make sure I check that out. And then, of course, Penei Sewell. I mean, this was the guy that had Bengals fans and Lions fans looking at each other in the draft like, you're crazy for taking Jamar Chase. And they're like, well, you're crazy because you didn't take Penei Sewell. And it's like, bro, they're both dogs, all right? But Penei Sewell, one of the most athletic offensive linemen you go see. He catches, he blocks, he does everything, all right? And he got a little nasty side in him. And then, of course, Joe Thuney. And I should have known if there was going to be a name that Mark was going to know and be upset about, also to piggyback on what you brought up yesterday, it would be Joe Thuney. Why? Because he's the guard for the Chicago Bears. And who was also the name that we also heard be brought up during the grievances portion of Comeback Player of the Year? You brought up Trevor Lawrence so eloquently because you got the PhD. I wouldn't expect anything less from you. But my man Mark gave me the Ben Johnson. I should have known. I said, you know what? I was slacking. Y'all caught me. I was players mess up, all right? I won't make the same mistake twice, all right? So shout out to Joe Thuney, okay? Definitely like what I saw from him, man. Obviously, man, did his thing, man. You talk about protecting Caleb Williams, man, that rushing attack, which we actually saw firsthand. And just as a whole, man, the movement that they had. So, as we've said, man, typically with offensive line, you don't get talked about, right? And if it's quiet, that means you're doing an excellent job. And if your team is doing well, at least your offense is doing well, that should also promote you getting elevated on that list. So with Joe Thuney, does make a lot of sense. And all roads lead back to Buffalo, because the person that's been fighting and been pushing for this award for the past, not 1, not 2, but 3 years is none other than Snow University, a.k.a. Mr. Deion Dawkins, the Pro Bowl left tackle.
Love it.
Well, he was the one that pushing for this. Yeah, man. And they had a nice little committee, man. It's like 6 or 7 former offensive linemen, man. Andrew Whitworth, a guy formerly of the division, man, played against him a couple of times, familiar with him. But to say he's on that list as well in terms of, who they say should or should not. So that's your protector of the year update. That is the backstory. That is information, okay? If y'all need more details, we can get even more fine-tuning with the details, all right? I got all the information you need on the protector of the year award, okay? In fact, I don't even want to shortchange the panel group because the panel got some awesome people up there, okay? Andrew Whitworth, who we talked about, who was also the 2021 Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner, okay? That's for the good guys out there.
Yeah.
Will Shields. Shout out to Will Shields, Pro Football Hall of Famer, class of 2015, and also 2023 Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. Shout out to the good guys. Okay. Orlando Pace. I know you heard Orlando.
Pace. Good one.
I know you know Orlando. Come on, man. Yeah. Absolutely. Orlando Pace, though, Pro Football Hall of Famer 2016 and a Super Bowl champ. Shout out to him. Then we got Jason Kelsey. We know Jason Kelsey. That's the brother to who?
Obvious.
Wilf's fiance. Travis Kelsey.
Shout out to you for that.
He's a 6-time All-Pro and Super Bowl champion as well. And the last person on the panel, but definitely do not forget about him, LaCharles Bentley, who also is a 2-time Pro Bowl as well. So a very declarated, a very, esteemed group right there, older, younger, interior, exterior parts of the offensive line. So a lot of diversity. And yes, so shout out to the Protector of the Year award winners, all right? And shout out to everybody that cares about offensive linemen. And I should have cared about him even more as a former offensive lineman at one point in my lifetime, all right? Yeah. Shout out to the O-line. There we go.
And you know what's terrible? The chat has no clue who you're even talking about. They think you're talking about the Bills. You guys, we're talking about offensive linemen on this show. Okay, that is what we're talking about. We're talking about the protectors, the people who are behind the engine, the people who are the people that no one ever talks about, that nobody ever recognizes unless you're awful. And then everyone's like, "Oh my God, we're so bad." So shout out to the offensive line. Show these guys their love. My gosh, they are big. They like to eat. All the things I love. I love a big guy and I love to eat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the offensive line. Jeez. Shout out to the offensive line. I'm just calling it out.
Shout out to Tanisha for calling it out yesterday too. All right. Even at 9 in the morning, she's like, you know what? This was on my mind. And I'm like, yo, of all the things we could be talking, of all the things I thought of, I'm like, I really forgot that one. And
Yeah,
of
it's
all
like,
the
where
things
are
I
they at?
remember, like that's the one that I just know it was on my mind. All right. It was
Yeah,
on my
I
mind
appreciate that.
late last night. I'm watching a TV show with wifey, and I'm just like, I'm gonna get these protectors
Gotta
right. I'll
research
tell you
these
that.
offensive I gotta get these guys right. I gotta study these guys. Well, it's funny too. 'Cause it's like it's
No.
funny because think about how everything that happened. So the left side of the Patriots offensive line,
Yep.
and then it
Mm-hmm.
comes out that they saw a tell from them. Right, the
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks guys were like, "We saw something, whatever." And then we do a show, and I'm like, the reason why,
Mm-hmm.
like the Patriots offensive line was just bad, and then we didn't mention them, and I was like, "Where are the offensive linemen? We forgot about them." Where are they? They're here. So, anyways, shout out to those offensive linemen. Shout out to the Protector of the
Mm-hmm.
Year award. I love that. I love that those guys are getting their shine. I hope the right people vote for them because not everybody even knows what they're
You
supposed
see
to
it, right?
do. So
Mm-hmm.
that's important. But yeah, shout out to those offensive linemen. We started off
Well,
this
and
show with
shoot,
the offensive linemen. What about that?
raise the roof for the big guys, man. All right, team O lineman, man. If you ever was a big ugly, if you've ever, we don't even call them big uglies where we was from. We used to call them bosses, BOSS, big
The enforcers.
offensive skill specialists.
Yeah.
All right,
Ooh,
yeah, that's what we had a cool little name for them. All right, because they big bodies, but they could move. Now some of them got some sweet feet, the way they could
I know,
dance
that's
around
right.
over there, and then you see when they put them palms on you. You don't want them big palminellis on you. All right. Never want that to happen. All right, it's not a good feeling. It's never a good feeling. But
And
yeah,
offensive
man,
linemen make really good friends.
they're like the most loyal. Like, yo, I got your back till the end. They don't want to be the front man. They don't want you to pat them on the back. They just, all right, you got the, all right, everybody loves you. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, they're the most selfless. Like, shout out to the O line, man. Shout out to the O line.
Shout out to the
Absolutely.
You know
man.
what? Shout out to this show is dedicated to the offensive line.
Yes.
Shout
this
out
one's
to
for
you,
and you.
You all make us go, and we love that. Okay, without you, there would be no offense. Like honestly, that's actually true. But kind of joking. So shout out to
think about it.
line.
They touch the center touches the football
every single
play,
snap.
and we've seen
Come to the dark
the
side
impact.
Think
about it, Tanisha. We've seen the impact of when an offensive lineman at the center position can't just snap the ball correctly.
Facts.
The impact it has on everything, regardless of what the play is called, any of that stuff. It's like, yo, those details do matter. So I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you. Now, they're my arch enemies just because, you know, Bloods versus Crips, O-line versus D-line, it is what it is. But hey, no, salute them dudes over there. Yeah, you know what? It is, all right?
That's awesome.
It's the reason why I lit up with Myles Garrett. Started talking like, you know, about the pass rush, all right?
I know. I love that. You know what's also funny too is like the center touches the ball and then he has to go backwards and then he's usually the guy who's right in front of him is making a good chunk of change. Sometimes a ton of, sometimes maybe the highest paid depending on the team. And I just don't think we talk about them enough. Like I don't think we talk about them enough. And to be fair though, I don't think people know how to talk about them. I don't think there's enough offensive linemen that come out also and talk about their position, their skill set, all of the things. So by default, nobody really breaks them down.
You know what? You got to blame the fans for that one, man. Fans don't care about offensive linemen. They want to see touchdowns. They barely care about defense all the way. You know that. They want to see touchdowns, man. Can you throw it really far? We don't even want to see you run the ball too much unless you're breaking off 60-yard runs. You know how this is. So the O-lineman, I like the fact, man, I was over here looking at the O-line. They were talking about who got the best drip. They were showing all how the O-lineman, they started to upgrade how they, you know, dress out there. Really? It used to be a time O-lineman would just show up and look sloppy. Like, nah, the modern O-line, they drippy. I had drippy O-line. Man, you ever seen Pouncey on game day? Pouncey gonna have them socks slurced up. Come on, man. Yeah.
There's different types of offensive linemen. There's the offensive lineman where you're like, do you want to be a little guy? Like, cause you know, and then there's the offensive linemen that are like, nope, they want to be offensive linemen. They want to do because
it's the upgraded version though. Look at Trent Williams.
Broderick. No, but look at Broderick. Like, why was he jumping up celebrating like that with Aaron Rodgers? Bro, you're too big for that.
Look. See, you're doing what big people don't like. You're giving the big guy the curses for being big. It's like, no, if you a little dude, man, get your size up. You can jump with me. And look, that's a little person problem. That's a little person problem. That's no different when you watch a basketball game and you watch the little point guard get barely tapped. They blow that whistle quick. Big man down there getting beat the heck, and it's like, oh man, play through that. No, man, I ain't got time for none of that. I hate all of it. If you want to do big guy rules, do it for everybody. If you want little guy rules, do it for everybody. All right, don't be penalizing me because I'm bigger than that person. Absolutely not, man. I like big drip.
I remember when I was at home, I was like, oh no, please don't hurt him. Like, please don't hurt Aaron Rodgers, Broderick. Don't do that.
He
Don't
for
do that
sure.
Jump on somebody your own size, please. Oh my gosh. I love that. Well, listen, offensive linemen rule the day. Offensive linemen over everyone. That's how I feel. I know it's a controversial take. I don't care. I'm not taking it back because without them, nothing, and that's just real. Like it is what it is.
It goes back to the basic thing when you talk about sports. Would you rather look good and lose or look bad and win? It's like, man, old linemen aren't going to always pass the eyeball test, but you're not winning the game if those dudes aren't one of the best groups on the field. Like, that's just how it goes. But we also see where it's like, man, what gets you there? I want to see that wide receiver. I want to see that big, exciting play because it looks good. Man, I'd rather watch that dude. What would we say? I'd rather lose 24-30 than win 13-10. Oh, I hate watching these games. It's like, bro, just listen to yourself, right? So with O-linemen, it's a very similar, thing. And that's even why from a pay standpoint, those left tackles get paid more. Why? They're more household names. Why? Because, hey, man, when that quarterback makes that beautiful pass and he's in the back freeze frame, they're like, oh, that's got to protect him. All right, we'll just briefly mention him. But he's not going to get more than that guy. But it's like, yo, that matters a ton, man. Yeah. So don't get look, for everybody that gets excited about all that stuff. Don't forget about the little things inside.
Well, okay, so you may not answer this question because you are a Steelers legend, and I understand your loyalties, but my controversial take, I don't know if you saw it, was that I think the offensive line is the hardest position and the most important position to play in football. Yeah. Mainly because they have so much to do, so much is going on every single play. They hardly ever come out. They hardly ever do anything. Center always touches the ball. They're going backwards. All the things. They're usually going against the biggest guy on the team, and they have to move him, whether it's to run the ball, pass the ball, protect your quarterback, all of those different things. What say you? Who do you think? If you had
not for me, shout out to the O-line. Who for whenever these are the combos, honestly, I like to actually argue with you. It's like, yo, if you feel like it's O-line, man, let's go with that. Because I feel like every position, literally can make a legitimate case that this is the hardest position to play, right? O-line, right? When you're talking about being a center, having to snap the ball. Yeah, if it's a 4-3 defense, that might be the easiest job of the day because he's not covered up, right? Until you get a Casey Hampton type, until you get a Vince Wilfork type, until you get a Jalen Carter type, right? Or Jordan Davis type directly over you. And now, yes, that might be the hardest job on the team. It is like, why? Well, because the physical nature of it, man. Right. And what we realize is this: the closer you are to the ball, to the line of scrimmage, the more physical it is. The more the physical part plays way more than the mental. The further you're away, the more you're visually, mentally having to process information quickly. That becomes a challenge. So that's why it's like, yeah, man, offensive lineman, the physical nature is a lot more challenging, but you put them back there as safety. And it's like, bro, to process this information, it's one thing to do is sitting down in the classroom, which they'll be able to sit down and tell you, yeah, man, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And now when you go out there and actually have to do that, boom, boom, boom. We talked about the difference between Sam Darnold having a split second and Drake may not, right? And we're like, it's the difference of not 3 seconds. It's the difference of 0.3 seconds. That's the challenge of being a safety. Not only do you have to athletically be able to respond, you also have to be able to see it, right? LBs. It's like, man, we talk about linemen having to hit the bigger guys. Tanisha, I don't know about you. I played in a lot of NFL games.
Oh, you don't know about me.
Tanisha, I never lined up against an offensive lineman, and I was like, oh, you're little, bro. I'm bigger than you. Like, that heck, we can even go back to college, all right? I can't even remember one time in college walking up to a tackle and be like, hey, what up, little bro? Like, I might have said it because I'm a big, like in my mind, I'm big dog, but it's like, bro, there's never, so like, even that whole, it's like, No, usually I'll be like, yeah, we got a tough battle because no, I got to go tussle with this 330-pound dude, 6'7". I also got to walk out and guard this slot receiver, Muhammad Massaquoi, after you just dealt with Joe Thomas, right? And then you also got to get ready to tackle Peyton Hillis. It's like, ooh, and you got to be able to pre-snap disguise while you're dealing with the quarterback,
hard.
Right? And now is it man coverage or zone coverage? Zone coverage, okay, the difficulty now is getting to a spot, visually seeing what I need to see. Who am I working with? All of the mental things come back into it. If it's man to man, now it goes back to, yo, can I physically just keep up with this dude, right? And how good is his quarterback? So everybody has a thing, but that O-line, man, it's tough.
Everybody has a thing.
Like,
that's the basis of the conversation.
It is tough. Yes.
Everybody has a tough job. All of this is like all of it, like, right? Like, I'm not giving anybody a pass. I'm not saying nobody is not needed. Nothing doesn't matter. Like, all I'm saying is, but I agree. That's always my argument is I think whoever's closest to the ball and whoever comes into contact with the ball because it's so close all the time. And but yeah, I mean, they're all hard. It's football.
I was going to ask you this though, right? So check this out, because some people, and this is like internally, this is how we argue.
Yeah.
DBs feel like their job is harder because it requires more mental.
And
they're like anybody, well, because they say anybody can be a blunt object, right? And that's why you don't pay linebackers, fullbacks, guards, nose tackles, right? Because you're just a crash dummy in theory. But then the O lineman, the D lineman, they're like, well, y'all soft on the back end. If I let this running back hit up on you, if I let this receiver hit up on you, now you over here complaining, right? So which one is it? And that's the beauty of football. Both are right. It's just as physical as it is just as mental. And like when teams or people philosophy wise try to make this more than that, it's like, no, because we'll see it all the time. Hey, man, they got all these beautiful concepts. What's happening? Yo, they just hitting them around right down the hill. Right. Hey, running the ball now. Hey, man, they're physical set with it. Oh, they spread them out. Got the boys play. Oh, man, they got them in a mixer over there. They can't think. They can't process. Man, they can't pass routes. So it's like everybody, like, the best team, that's Seattle, right? We talked about how balanced they were, man. You can see how across the board, great like, example.
Great example.
And that's why they were able to win it all.
And that's why I tell people, it's like just because I have a take about something, I'm not this. I don't mean less for anybody else. Like, that's not my intention. Yeah. I just think sometimes too, and I think that, like I started what I said a minute ago, is I think sometimes we don't often hear centers talk. You hear, I think Jason Kelsey, and I feel like there was another center that I used to remember used to like verbally talk. Pouncey would talk, but like, and it's like, because we don't know and because we don't hear about it often, we just assume like everybody can do that. And it's like, no, absolutely not. And there's a difference, like every other position, of like you being an okay center, you being an amazing center. I think Aaron Rodgers did an interview and he was talking about McCormick wanting to identify play calls, or Aaron Rodgers was used to that, but McCormick was like, but it makes me feel my point is like, we don't often get those like, wait, what are y'all talking about? Like, who's calling protected?
I mean, if you just looked during the Killer B era, you watch how much Pouncey is talking the movement, watch how much Ramon Foster is talking the movement, turning around. Like, but we overlook it because Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell.
Correct.
That it's like, yo, come on. It's like, yo.
And even think about that. Like, but without them being able to be there.
And we saw that, did we not? We saw as soon as those guys like, yo, you need them. L Bell, as soon as L Bell left, it was like, yo, that doesn't work the same without this. But that's, that's how it is, man.
I think Najee got the worst end of the stick because his O-line was, whatever.
Right. He came after that group. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I want to say too is you asked, like, I don't know if you've ever played football. So I know the answer to that is no. I've never played in the NFL.
You see, I just threw it out there to I didn't want to assume. So I was just,
No. And I don't have 16.5 sacks either in the NFL. So also, this is the point in the show where I have to say, if you have 0.5 sacks in the NFL, let me know in the comment section below. I am looking for you. One day I will find somebody.
No, Tanisha, you're missing it. Like, Tanisha, you're missing it. I was on the internet last night. All right, I told you, man, because you really had me in my feelings about me not, doing this whole protector of the year.
Moats, can
You're not supposed to.
Your feelings?
Listen, you're not.
It's not gonna go well.
You're right. But still, the people that get on Instagram, the people that get on the internet and they follow the podcast, the sports dudes, the retired guy, you know what's up there, all right? You're not supposed to praise. We're supposed to actually beef about our accolades. We're supposed to beef about who's a big dog and who's not, okay? Because I like Jeff T and I like Zaire Franklin, okay? But the fact that they beefing over who is nice, and I'm like, yo, y'all sit like right next to each other. This is kind of crazy, okay? So you can't keep praising like that. We're supposed to have issues now, okay? So talk bad about my numbers, please, okay? Because my numbers weren't good enough to you, all right? And I'm gonna talk bad about your PhD because nobody cares about my PhD because I ain't got no PhD, all right? So there we have it, okay? That's how you got to do it. And it needs to get loud, and all right, it just works.
Yeah, nobody cares about my PhD either. Okay, we're all here for you.
All right.
So if you're here and you're enjoying this amazing offensive line talk, by the way, I can almost promise you there's not going to be a lot of shows that will talk about the offensive line for 20 minutes. So don't forget to hit the like button on both of our channels. We are streaming on both of our channels. I need to play something. I'll play it here in a second. The other thing is welcome everybody. The off season is officially here. Mm-hmm. We are off seasoning. Okay. I just turned that into an action word.
I see you.
Full transparency. Usually that's what Black people do. Everything we do, we just turn it into an action. So we're off seasoning at this time. And the thing about off seasoning is we have an NFL legend that we get to understand the process and what everybody's going through. And we will make sure that we do that on the show today. So make sure we do that. Funny. And I'm super excited about all of this. And the Steelers legend did some research, everyone. So if you're just now tuning into the show,
I was going to say, you're funny.
If you're just now tuning into the show and you missed all of that greatness that he had for us at the beginning of the show based on his research, just go back to the beginning when this is over. If you're on playback, all those things. So we have something that I need to share because this is going to make me very happy. Where did it go? AJ Martinez, El Professor.
Shout out to AJ. You had me nervous. Like I said, I never know what you're about to put on the screen. So when you was like, yo, I can't find it, I'm like, what is she looking for? Where could it be located?
He's like, oh God, I didn't look at all these things. What are all these pictures down here?
The fact that it's AJ, I'm like, yo, shout out to AJ. I feel good. All right. AJ, good to see you, baby. All right. You had me nervous. All right. I was a little, just, you know who I'm on here with, okay? You saw the intro. I had no clue who was going to the intro. It was like, oh, really? Oh, what the heck is this? Okay, all right. Yeah. All right. So shout out to you, AJ, being a Rockstar Panda 4. We definitely appreciate you. All right. And I think she got the button over there. And to the individual that you gifted the upper room membership to, welcome to the upper room.
Look at the screen.
I'm my jam. I like that song.
Yeah, no, it's great. The fact that you wore 2 shirts today and a hat, I actually feel like you thought you came.
Look. I'm
not gonna make me laugh too much.
And
now you're up here like, oh gosh,
we're gonna be good. I ain't going there. I'm chilling. It's officially the off season now, okay? So when you see I got my basketball jersey on. It's jersey season now, man. Y'all right? Hey, which hoop team we watching, man? It don't matter, man. Whatever game is on, we watching it. All right, college, pros. I want to see somebody compete, man. Who gonna compete today, man? That's all I want to see.
Shout out to you, Jay Hardy. Hit those.
Hey, let's go. Like shout out.
Subscribe.
Hey, we here now. We here now.
Subscribe to the channel. The other thing is James is like, Dr. T always has moats on his toes. Gotta love it. Shout out to AJ.
You see it. James been here.
He was in full panic mode.
I was literally concerned. Yes. Because when you got the talk, I'm like, after seeing how you've already created your intro, the intro video, I'm like, okay, clearly she had something on her mind. All right, she had time on her hands, and that's a dangerous combination. All right, that's what I've learned now, just from our streams together. Okay, so yeah, I was a little bit nervous. Okay, yeah, I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah, if you're listening to this chat, don't believe anything he says. Okay, I am
they ain't falling for that. They ain't falling for none of that. Tanisha, this is not our first stream together. It's not our second stream together. We done a whole season. All right. We started before the season started. We have officially made it to the end of the season. It's a lot of data out there. They have seen how you okay. They have seen it. So they know you're not innocent.
Also, there's a couple of things that I am searching for that I've not been able to find. But when I find it, I will find it. So I'm just going to call it out. So anyways, so let's talk a little bit about this. The season is over. It's over. Super Bowl's over. We're done. It is what it is. Whatever. Because you are a legend, Steelers legend, and you know what off seasons are like and what players are doing and what's going on. So can you take us to your mindset of what happens actually as a player in the off season when it's actually done? When it's like, okay, Super Bowl confetti, it's literally done, right? Like done. What is it like? What does it feel like? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? How long does it take for your body to actually physically recover once the season is over? How long does that usually take?
No, so first off, shout out to the question, man. I always like when you ask questions because you ask them at such a doctorate level. It's like,
here we go.
You got like questions and you have like questions that are thought-provoking, questions that promote good conversation, good dialogue. All right. So I appreciate you for that. Okay. I just want to let you know that on the front end of this thing, I'm trying to button it up a little bit more. Like I said last night with this email that you sent me, so eloquent. Oh my gosh. Y'all would have been proud of this one. All right. Bullet points. Bold, like it was gorgeous, guys.
You would me in an email with that was more detailed than
right.
And I saw your comment, and the funny thing is I was making the intro when you responded back, and I was already being petty. And so I was like, nope, I'm going to tell on myself I'm not responding because I might say something. And I was like, no, I don't want him to know I'm making a video. So you got me on that email.
Just know. Okay. So shout out to the professionalism. All right. So I'm stepping my game up. Okay. So during this portion of the off season, though, you can go about it a multitude of ways. The first thing, the most important thing is the recovery, which you so eloquently and so just forward thinking about the player and the player mattering. I appreciate you for that. Okay. So with that question, though, the answer to that is this: because we wear these GPS, devices where they're able to gather all of this data from when we're, practicing to when we're in the weight room to when we're in these games, from the time we step up. Usually it starts, was it April 18th actually, is when the off-season program like officially begins.
They start you then?
Yeah. And the only reason I remember because my son's birthday. I remember literally my boy was born. It was like, oh, hey guys, trying to get this left here, get your back big. Heck yeah, man. So that's when it typically starts here in Pittsburgh. So with that though, the way that once the season has ended, right, all of the data from every time that you've worked out, every time you practice, they're able to track it and they know how many miles you ran, how fast, man, did you cut more to the left versus to the right? Because think about it, not everybody rotates, right? Some people only play on the right side. If you're an offensive lineman and you're a right tackle, you only play that side. So every movement is that direction. So based on that information, they're able to have a formula where they say, man, based off of this many snaps, based off of this much of XXX, you need to take off 4 weeks. And 4 weeks meaning nothing outside of cardio, riding a bike, outside of swimming in a pool. You're not getting on a football field. You're not putting cleats on. You're not running. You're not touching a weight. You mandatory, like, take this time off. Yeah. Okay. So that's that part, right? So once, and every player is different, right? For if you're a guy that, was a practice squad guy, you might only have 2 weeks. If you're a dude that, was a rotational starter, it might be 4 weeks. If you're one of the guys, though, imagine if you're a TJ Watt, if you're a Calvin Austin, if you're a Jalen Warren, a Kenneth Gainwell, you might legit have a month and a half of like, just recover your body. Because when you rush back, and younger players do this, because we're all on that gladiator mindset of, man, I got to be out there outworking the next man. You overtrain and you don't allow your body the proper time to recover after tearing it down. And what happens is when you get into the next season, now your body starts breaking down sooner. And then the next year, sooner. And before you know it, after 3 years, you're like, why does my body feel like this? It's the accumulation effect. But it's hard to mentally get that understood at that age group because, man, you young and you getting after it, right?
You don't know anybody.
Right. So that's kind of what you're dealing with. Now, for me, man, once I went from being the younger guy where it was like, man, I might take 2 weeks off, but I don't want to deal with being out of shape. Yeah, man, you start back a little bit early. once you get to the veteran stage, you're like, hey, look, bro, we're gonna take a trip. Okay, where is the nearest beach? Actually, we don't want the nearest, but we want the furthest beach. Okay, within like a nice 7-hour flight, toes in the sand. Get one of them drinks with the cool little colors on it and the umbrella. Okay, that's where we're gonna be at. That's what once you cross over. That's the fine time of life. All right.
Okay.
It's times right now where I still be trying to get back to that, but these kids in school be,
Well,
education. Yeah. I'm like,
life.
man, can
I
we
love
get back to the
education.
February getaways? Like, yeah. But that's the approach. So, and like you said, you have to be disciplined with that, because if not, I've experienced it firsthand as well, man. When you get back and it's like, yo, man, I'm still sore. And they're like, well,
Yeah,
how long did you
interesting.
take off? And you're like, I ain't take off long enough. And they're like, well, this is the best you're gonna feel. When you show up in
Yeah.
April, that is the best you will feel all season long. That's just the reality of it. So if you,
April.
yeah, because you haven't hit, we haven't put, all the workload of coming out for OTAs, mini camp. We haven't done the stress of traveling as well, preseason games. So by the time you get there in April, you should be feeling as best you can, because this is when you've had the most rest. By September, you're already feeling it. November, December, it's like, bro, January, you feel like, man, I've gotten out the war. You feel like, bro, I've been in a fight every single day. You're like, bro, oh my God. And that's, why you have to be real, diligent about, your recovery part of it. But, everybody's different with it. But shout out to the recovery guys, right? Shout out to the old people out here too, man. Like myself.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it started in April.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was when, wow. Okay. So
when did you think it started? Just out of curiosity.
You know what? Honestly, I never thought about it.
I know, like, some people like think just training camp, or when they see like OTAs pop up, and it's like, no, we usually out there like a month,
but
almost a month and a half before you even get there. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think too, it's interesting because, like, yes, football still is happening because, like, the draft and combine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't really see the players. So I think I've just never really thought about it, because you usually don't see them. Like, you see the suits guys, right? Like, you see the head coach and the coaches and the recruiters and all the people that are going to things. But I never even thought April, and that's insane.
Yeah.
I never even thought that it would be that early that you would start tracking.
And honestly, if you have a new head coach, it's a week before that. Yeah. Anybody with new head coaches, you get to show up a week earlier. You'll get extra mini camp time, extra rookie mini camp time, because you're creating a new regime. It's the new change and stuff like that. So yeah, you get to show up to training camp earlier, like all of those different perks. They're good as a whole for the team. As veterans, you absolutely hate it.
Yeah, because this is more time.
Yeah. Like, yo, I don't want to do this. You kept my break.
And the biggest expense, right, is your body.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
Your body, it is what it is. That's interesting. So for you, so I know that they have like set recovery. How long did it take for you to where you kind of felt like, you know what? All right, I can move my everything feels kind of good after
Let's
that.
see. It was different for me. So I had early on, let's see, because I've had of 8 official NFL off seasons, because I retired after my 9th year, right?
Okay.
Of 8 of those off seasons, 4 of them I was recovering from injury or a surgery or something where it was like you don't miss games for it, but you play through it.
Right.
And it's like,
and you do the surgery right after the season.
Heck yeah, man. Whether it's, literally the season ends, you have your exit meeting, and a week later you under the knife, or the season ends, exit meeting, and then 2 weeks later you're under the knife. But it's, that type of scenario. So for me, if it was a normal healthy off season, man, usually take about a month and I'm good. Like, that was like my thing. And I was a very healthy player too, so that was the fortunate part. But my injuries, like when I had those, I mean, shoot, I know in Pittsburgh, the year we lost to the Broncos in the playoffs, that whole offseason, I literally was rehabbing up until training camp. I remember even going to training camp, and it was like, you're practicing OTAs, and the conversation going to practice was, you're not trying to beat anybody in this rep. You're literally just trying to get the rep. And I'm like, bro, what you mean? Like, don't, like, you ever seen a dog go to a dog fight and say, don't bite him now. Just go there. We want you to get the ground. And then you're like, hey, bro, what? And they're like, yeah, because you're not all the way recovered just yet, but you need to, this is a part of your rehab. So I've had rehabs where it lasted all off season, rehabs where it lasted, up until May. And that's real where it's like, yo, you're on a walking boot because you got a high ankle sprain, and it's like, yeah, man, you got some tibia damage and some fibula damage in that thing. You're going to be in this boot and these you're going to have these crutches on for a while. And it's like, all right. But, if you want to do it and you don't make no excuse, you just figure that thing on out, man. Figure it out.
I love that.
The doctors, man, trust them. They'll put you back together.
Yeah.
That all works.
Yeah, figure out what that means. So I respect that, and I think that's why I'm just so fascinated with the process that we don't often hear about, talk about, because for you it's just normal, right? You're just doing your job.
Oh yeah, you don't even think about it.
Yeah, but for the normal for the normal person, me, because I don't have 16.5 sacks in the NFL. I wasn't drafted. I didn't play the NFL. I'm not a Steelers legend. For me, just being a fan of the sport, you're just kind of like, well, how long does it take? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Shoot, there's times where it's like literally you didn't even have to have a surgery, but your knee is just swollen or your ankle is just swollen. Or like, man, I just remember like my wrist would go numb. Like if you go to hit somebody, man, your wrist just go numb. And it's like, bro, not even a person hitting, just like the pop-up dummy bag. Like just because of the wear and tear, if you're doing it every single day, 100 times, it's like, yeah, bro, it adds up. So if you don't take time, it's like, yeah, man, you get arthritis, all these different things that you hear people get that are like, oh man, he's 60 with that. You be like, bro, do be 25. Bro, be 23. You be like, yeah, what's wrong? Hey, yo, his arthritis. Like, get that man some ice, bro. Hey, you better take care of your body, bro. Take care of your body. I'm telling you, man. How you out here like you're 50? He'd be like, bro, how old is he? Just 26.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Because that's the ultimate toll is your body. Yeah. The one thing that nobody really talks about that is just a given, and it's your body. And it is what it is. I mean, it just is what it is. Modern medicine can only do so much.
I always say, man, shout out, since you brought that up, I always remember, man, the one person that actually ever said anything to me about that right there, about your youth, was Chris Carter. I'm at the rookie symposium, man. I would never forget this to this day. He's like, yo, this game, what they don't tell y'all, it's gonna steal your youth. And I was sitting there like, bro, what are you talking about? Because he gave me all this story about, yo, man, I used to do this, like, yeah, but the game, it's gonna steal your youth. Yeah, it's gonna take that from you now. You walk in here, you young, but when you leave, oh, you old man walking out this thing, and that's if you're fortunate. And I was like, I'm 21, 22 years. I'm like, yo, bro, whatever you are saying right now. Like, bro, what is he? Like, you're Chris Carter, bro. You're Hall of Fame. Like, shut up, bro. Like,
leave us alone. Like, what do you know?
You're not normal. Stop trying to act like this, bro. But as I got on the back end, I said, year 6, 7, 8, I was just like, you know what? He was not lying. He was not lying, man. So shout out to him, man. But
shout out to him. Also, this is one of those moments in the show where I will not act like it's normal that we're having a conversation about being in a room with Chris Carter.
It was very dope, okay?
Having just normal conversations, okay? Listen, chat, all the people who message me, I got you. I hear you. I see you. Yes, sometimes it shocks me too, but I get caught up. My bad, okay? It is Moats' fault. He does this. It's his fault. He makes all this crap seem normal. It's not crap, and it's not normal, okay? And I will do a better job of acknowledging the moments that are not normal, okay? My bad. Listen, that's not normal, but shout out.
It was a good time, okay? It was a fun. It was even me. I was like, yo, this is like, that was still early on in my, yo, man, everybody is like super cool because you're like super famous, and it's like, yo, this is awesome. But yeah, I would never forget. Like I said, I'll never forget that one, man. Like,
I love that.
Like, you do meet some cool people. You meet some cool people, man. And the ones that aren't afraid to like pass forward that information, that's the ones that you really remember more. Because it's like you'll interact and meet a lot of people, and everybody try to put you on game, man. I mean, I'm sure anybody that has tried to do anything in life that matters is like, yo, you've run into them people where it's like, yeah, bro, he ain't really tried out.
Yeah.
He ain't got time for what I'm on right now, bro. Yeah.
And I think that's why too it's important. That's why on the show I'm like, what do you think? How do you feel? Because these are the things that, again, we don't know. We might be thinking it and feeling it, but we don't really know. And so it's just nice to hear just a perspective where it's like, Yeah, no, about a month after.
Look, praying I could walk. Hey, look, praying by the time Valentine's Day get here, I don't have to have a brace on anymore. Hey, look, I remember, man, it was about 2 years. I couldn't even wear my wedding band on my left finger because it was so fat. I used to walk around with them a right hand. They'd be like, yo, what is the right thing? What's going on? Like, bro, you ever seen this? Like this knuckle? Yeah, it don't fit. All right. Football. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
it's real.
The little things. But okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now we know. So okay, in
Yeah.
April, wow. And
Yeah.
you said with a new coach, so now that we have McCarthy, they'll come back or a week
They
earlier
could
than
potentially
everybody
come
else.
back a week earlier. Yep. And
Oh, but it's up
the
to him, I
coaches,
guess, technically.
yes, it'll be up to the coach. Right. And every coach is different with that. Some coaches, they want to maximize it because once again, we know the urgency that happens in season. And how do you justify, Tanisha, if you're the head person, if you're struggling and you feel like I don't have enough time, but yet I gave y'all that week, I chilled during that time, right? You can't have it both ways. So that's why we're like, yeah, man, to be a champion, you got to be a psycho. You got to sacrifice something. You listen to Mike McDaniel's story. You heard what he said, man. I see my son, my newborn baby, maybe 30 minutes a week. I'm sure to an exaggeration, but it's like, bro, that's what he's trying to communicate to you. Like, this is what it is. But if you want to reach greatness, it's like, yo, that's sacrifice. Tom Brady. We saw what Tom Brady sacrificed, right? But it's like, yo, we look at you as arguably the greatest quarterback, the greatest player to ever play this game. It's like, yo, you're there. Like, to me, it's not even a debate. But what did it cost you? It's like, yo, that's everything. And that's the push and pull. Like, all of us deal with that in our personal lives. I know even when I was playing, it was like, man, that's the constant pull. Like, man, I got a playoff game in Kansas City, but my daughter got a basketball game to say it. You're like, bro, like, it hurt.
That's similar to, I feel like, what women go through too with trying to figure out like career or family or like, can I do too much? Am I outside of the home too much? Like, do I have to be home? You know, there's like all of these things. And as a woman who often says like, I want it all, I realize I can't have it all the time or at the same time. And that's okay. I've had to learn that as I've gotten older. So there's my older advice. Like, as you get older, you can have it all. You just can't, sometimes you can't have it all at the same time. And that's okay. But I think that it's interesting when we talk about sacrifices, because it's another thing that you just don't hear about. And not just in NFL, like not just you guys, but like
across the board, man.
In life. Yeah. It's like, because some people are just making the sacrifice. They're just doing it. And then it's like, nobody understands why people are tired or exhausted or frustrated or all the things. And it's like, well, because I'm sacrificing things you don't even know about because I'm not even talking about it. And that's hard. So whenever you are in football season, you know how demanding it is because you just see the thing, you see the clips, you see it throughout the week. You think you know. Let me say that because I don't think we really know. But in the off season, we really don't know anything. And that is what's interesting to me is like and when I say we, I'm just speaking like as a fan. We don't see anyone at any point ever.
Well, shoot. Even us as players, there's times where like some dudes, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. Some guys post their workouts, they post where they're at. They are, man, must see, right? You got others that are like radio silent. You don't know if they work out or anything. And then we all show up and we would all have the same type of person. We always call it a test, but it's like, it's nothing official. But as a player, we're like, yo, were you a social media workout guy? Were you really working out? Because there's a difference. Man, the guys that typically would have all them elite level footwork, crazy drills, they get all the clicks and everybody is like going nuts for or on social media. We get to the camp. You like, bro, you ain't even working. You still soft a little bit. What you talking about? Like, and you got the other ones where it's like, man, radio silent. You don't see them post any of that workout stuff. And they come back looking like they was over there with them gladiators and stuff. Like, God, dog. Like, hey, fam, where did you go to, man? Sheesh. But like everybody, has to answer that. And that's the thing, though. It's like, we don't know. Nobody knows 100% who is working, who's not, who's getting better, who's not. But you can't lie. And that's the beauty of it. Because when you show up in April, man, we're going to find out when the season hits, man, we're going to find out, was you really doing that stuff that you said you was doing, the training, the extra film session? Man, I care about this more than anything else. Don't tell me. We're going to find out if it's real. We're going to find out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And it's so funny how like you always talk about like working together as a team, but everybody does their own thing, but you're
Oh
still
yeah.
very much a team. You're still very much a team. Those
Mhm.
are your guys, those are your people, but also we still kind of do our own thing. But when you're
And
doing
we
your own
compete
thing,
against
you're
each
still
other.
doing, but
Yeah.
I was just going to say that like when you're doing your own
Mhm.
thing, you're doing your own thing, but you're still in competition because when you show up,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
on. And so it's like you're not
Mhm.
together, you're on the team, everything's great. But then when you get back together, there's that moment
Yeah.
where it's like, I saw it in post, but like let me
Yeah.
see, like you're
Well,
gonna be able
and
to
think
flip.
about it like this too, and this is the unique part about professional sports. They create competition within the workplace, within your
Mm,
coworkers. Whereas in your most normal jobs, you don't have competition with the person that you sit next to. If you're working at McDonald's, the person on burgers don't have competition with the person on fries. If you're at Walmart, the person that's working the register don't have competition with the dude that's on the carts. If you know what I mean, like as we continue to grow up, but in football, they literally, man, TJ's my locker mate, and it's like, hey, bro, they could come and hit us with it. Both of y'all are competing for one helmet this week. Good luck. I've seen it. It's like, yo, you got the two running backs right next to each other. Dang, bro. Like, wow. But that's what they do. So you never get to fully feel camaraderie in the sense of, man, I love you unconditionally, and all we're going to do is just go. You always have that sense of, bro, we're competing still. Hey,
mhm.
man, if it come down to it, I got a wife and kids, you got a wife and kids. So, hey, man, you a dad, I'm a dad. Hey, bro, you know only one of us can get about this thing, man. Hey, I'm going to respect you. I'm my respect for you means I'm going to train as hard as I could train. I'm not going to take you for granted. All right. That's my way of showing you that I care about you. Hopefully you do the same. All right. Because I don't want to feel bad about me winning this job, but I'm not going home without this job. So
Right.
it is what it is. We can, how we got to settle it, we're going to have to settle it. But like, that's what that is every single day. And
Yeah.
you will know that. So you literally are dapping a dude up in the parking lot, getting dressed right next to him, man, sharing pictures and all this stuff. And then it's like, hey, bro, I'm trying to do you the worst way when we get on this football field because I got to have this job, man. And they want that. And then you get, and that's why I love Coach T, but he's like, yo, your face and his face on the big board in front of everybody. Hey, everybody knows what's going on. These two, you like, bro, two dogs, one bone, right? But that's football. That's professional football. It's like,
Yeah.
woo,
I love
that to me was like the biggest like eye opener. Like, whoa, okay.
it.
Like
Yeah.
it's not a you're getting benched because collegiately, high school, it's hey man, he's taking your spot. He's the starter, you're the backup.
Well, because they're younger. They have to make
Right.
it sound fancy and pretty.
But no, but what I'm saying is this though, the difference is this, you're still on the roster. In the NFL, you're
Oh,
weird.
fair.
You're not here anymore. Yeah. I saw a commenter, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. He was like, yo, man, most talk about it like it's like Vietnam. And I'm like, it's not Vietnam because obviously we're talking life or death in that sense. But when
Right.
you talk about the loss of a person that you see every single day, that you're close to, that you interact with on a personal level, and it's radio silent because life, because now you don't have time to even, you barely have time to call your wife. How the heck you gonna have time to call a person that you was competing against that no longer is here anymore? You ain't even called your mom, your dad, your brother. You ain't called. So it's like, yeah, man, you feel that constantly, man, but you're always on go. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's a part of it though. And they compensate to a level that makes you also say, bro, I'm willing to do this. And I'm like, yo, as long as everybody knows what the expectations are and everybody's cool with the compensation, man, I ain't got time for all that complaining, bro. Hey, don't tell me you want that bag if you ain't willing to go out there with the elbow still facing that way. Brace it up, let's roll. Come on, man. Yeah.
That's fair. I respect that. I could do this. I could ask you so many questions, but I'm not going to. I like this is so fascinating to me. Um, but let's yeah. And let's transition to talk about these Steelers, these 2020s,
Yeah.
because we're what did I say earlier? We're off seasoning. So because we're off seasoning, we have a couple of things coming up. We have obviously the draft is a ways away, but there's other things that will happen before that. There's people will start being franchise tagged. The new season will officially start. We will have the combine this month, I believe. I think it's the end of this month.
Yeah,
And
later this month.
so we watched this team all year, and we've thought about some things that we're hoping for, praying for, that we think that we did well. So I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, first of all, who do we think our most established maybe position group that we can go, okay, I feel good where these guys are headed as of now. Like this group feels safe, feels good, feels like we're okay right now. And I feel like I feel like we've been talking about my position group for a while, but I'm curious to know what you think.
So are you saying yours O line? Is that your,
I think I'm
group?
going to go line.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going. Yeah, I think that do they still have work to do? Yes.
Mhm.
But I saw improvement and I think they're getting better. And I think that the draft picks that we've used to make them better have worked. And I didn't love seeing them in the playoffs, but I love seeing their trajectory. I think they're headed in the right direction. That's something that makes me excited about them.
I like that. No, for me, man, it's no brainer for me. Linebackers, man, inside and outside. I just put them all together. I think it's where I have the most proven production. It's where I have the most consistency. It's where I have the most depth. It's where I have the most resources also. You talk about TJ Watt, right? Sorry, one of the best players in the world. Even on a down year, it's still like, yo, his down years are still better than a lot of dudes' best years, right? Then we got an Alex Highsmith, dog in his own right. Then you got a Nick Herbig who made big leaps this season to the point where, again, we're going to have tough conversations about what we want to do with him or the others in that room going forward. Jack Sawyer, playmaker, the 5-star, right? Dude, we saw come up multiple times and just be a football player. Honestly, it's like, man, I don't know who I like more at times, Jack Sawyer or Nick Herbig, because with Herbig, it's like, yo, you give me my pass rushing to the elite level of like, yo, you make me jump up when you rush. And I love that feeling. But then I look at Sawyer and it's like, bro, you are just the Tim Duncan of this thing right now. Like,
is there
fundamentally sound, Palminelli's on people, ball always finding you. You never miss the layup. Like, just you check all the boxes, bro. And you got the eyeball test and you got the swaggy tattoo on you. I love a tattoo now. You dig me? So, like, I love that. But then I look at the inside room. I'm like, man, I got Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. I love watching them dudes play because they are sideline to sideline and they get to the ball so freaking much. Heck, I love when people bring up the stats about, man, you know how many tackles this dude missed? I'm like, yeah, think about how many times you got to be in position to have 100 tackles and miss that many. You know how, boy, what? It's very easy to only have 2 missed tackles when you're only in position to make 10. Jesus Lord. But we'll use that as an argument. It's like, no, bro. That's hey, man, LeBron, you've been to the finals 10 times. You suck. Going to the champions 10 times. No, bro. Argue with somebody else, man. So I love that. But then I also like the fact that I still got a Cole Hook, and we'll see what we do with him. We know he's a free agent coming up. But it's like, man, just as a whole, I like what I have on paper right now. Malik Harrison. It's like, bro, we saw you step up and make plays for us at times where we was questioning, man, do we have a physical linebacker that could be the Landon Roberts of the group? Now, you're not full on Landon, but you did some things that, to me, caught my attention. So I say the linebacker group.
Okay. I love that. You know what? I would expect nothing less from you, Steelers legend.
Yeah.
So thank you for
cut
that.
it out.
I respect
You're
that.
funny.
I respect that 100%.
I am just a guy named Arthur.
No, nope. You are the legend, the Steelers legend. And by the way, for those people who might be listening to this, I did not come up with that name, by the way. Okay. This was not
stop it.
Give that name to him. I'm just saying, because a lot of people like to think that I'm up here saying stuff.
They do be thinking it.
Yeah. And I'm like, I did not make this up. Okay. Somebody else called him this on their show. I happen to be listening, as one does, and I stole it. And that is why I called him that.
And literally, as soon as it happened, and I was like, I already know this is going to find a way back to her. I already know. We weren't even 24 hours removed from doing it. She's like, they introduced you as Steelers legend. Yo.
We did a show like the next day. I was like, I just want to let you know that I did see your thing. And it's the funny thing is too, is like, I'm not like, you don't tell me these things. Sometimes you're like, hey, you know, whatever. But most times you just kind of go out and do your thing or whatever. And naturally, as YouTube might have it, YouTube's gonna let me know what's up. YouTube knows what I like to hear. And so I'm like,
shout out to YouTube.
Of course I'm watching this. So yeah, shout out to YouTube. That's why you need to make sure you hit those like buttons. Make sure that you're subscribed, because when you hit the like button, it knows what I like. Okay,
and look, hit the like button, people, for just the guy and Tanisha with the PhD. All right, shout out to the T. Shout out to the T.
That's what they call him in the streets, you guys.
Yo, you're funny, man.
In these YouTube streets, that's what they call it.
It get real out here in these YouTube streets, man. It's real.
all of these YouTube streamers.
No, shut up.
I'm just passing along the message. Don't hurt the messenger. I didn't make this up. So before anybody says, "Oh, here she goes again," it's not a my. I didn't do this. I'm just honoring.
From here on out, whenever I'm a guest on shows and they start to introduce them, hey, don't say all that, bro. Cut it all down, bro. You ain't got to read all
You're
that. Bro.
Way too nice for that.
Just go right to Arthur. He does YouTube. That's why.
Yep. No, but I need all of it. I need all the little moments. Yeah. So anyway, shout out to you, Steelers legend. So the other thing that is coming up that we are, it's not coming up right now, but it's coming up at the end of the month. And I mentioned it a little bit, is a combine. And I know we're going to talk a lot about this. And yes, it's shorts and shirts and all the things. Got it. However, we all know what we need, folks.
Time out. Maybe I'm not as cool as y'all, man. Y'all don't like watching the combine. Y'all not. No, I get it. It's cool.
No, I'm saying that's okay, right? The people are like, "Oh, it doesn't mean anything because it's shorts and t-shirts." Listen, if you're a Steelers fan, a real Steelers fan, you got to be watching this combine because we need some guys. Okay.
Look. You know how much information you gather from the combine? Like, come on, man. I know it's cool. I get it.
So this is how I watch it. Like, yes, I'm a little obsessive, and that's okay. It's fine. Okay, I'll admit it. This is how I watch it. I go in and I have my people that I'm kind of watching. Okay, those are the people I'm watching because I expect them to do well. Mm-hmm. And then because I watch college football, I always have my list of people where I'm like, I need to see how they're going to measure. And I actually need to see how they're going to look because I always see how because I remember what they look like at the end of the season. So I'm kind of like, I need to see what they've been doing, right? Like I need to see them amongst their peers. And this is like, and I do this every day and I go in full, like, and I'm looking and I'm like, and then I need to see their numbers. And then I like to then see them on pro day because I want to see, are you improving? Are you getting better? Are you not improving? Do you look the same? Right? Are you that perfect body that you were working for the combine? I need to know, are you sticking with that or have you changed because now you're at home? So that's how I watch it. Just in case anybody's wondering. And then I start to go look at, like, I remember them like from college. So I start to like make my list and I'm like, all right, this is kind of how I'm feeling. So that's what I do, just in case.
I like that.
But I am curious to know from your perspective, are we all on board as the Steelers Nation is saying we have to get a wide receiver too, whether it's free agency or the draft? Is that something we're all 100% in on? Is that the only thing we can agree on as Steelers fans or no?
I think it's still a no because there are going to be some people that say Calvin Austin's wide receiver too. So if Calvin Austin's wide receiver two, you already got the wide receiver two. Some people say that.
Okay,
some people question, do we got wide receiver one? Do we have wide receiver one? You know what I'm saying? That's a question. I think all right, because some people don't look at DK as.
That gets a little weird.
It gets a little weird.
Just something a little. Have that conversation, but it does get a little weird.
It does get weird. That's all. It does get a little weird. Yep.
Valid.
But I think we should all agree that. Well, I would say that quarterback is the most important thing that we should be hunting for, but as we've already talked about, some people feel like it's not because. Some people feel like we already have that situation taken care of. Your eyes don't look like you was agreeing with that though. Just the way that your eyes reacted, it was like, yeah, I'm hearing you, but I ain't hearing
you. So I am hearing you, and I'm not hearing you. That is 100% accurate. You're actually spot on. I am interested to see what they look like because I do want to see. I'm also torn because I've been saying this since the first time we connected. Yeah. You asked me about these quarterbacks and I was like, no, I'm not feeling it. I don't really know about these guys. I'm still kind of there, but maybe I don't know. I need to see them. I'll be watching them, but I don't know. Yeah, the quarterback position is an interesting one, man. I don't even know.
The fun part is this too. We're not just comparing them to, are they the best of this group? You're comparing them to, are they better than Will Howard? Are they better than Mason Rudolph? Correct. That's the part to me that makes it a lot more fun because I'm like, if I'm just going to compare these quarterbacks and say, do I think they're great or do I think they could be great? That's not, the most promising conversation to have surrounding this group. But when I'm looking at this group and I'm comparing him to Will Howard, I'm comparing to Mason Rudolph, it's like, well, this could be interesting because they got certain things that are going to be in their favor the same way Will and Mason going to have certain things that are in their favor. Now, we do know that Aaron Rodgers has been having some conversations with Mike McCarthy and all things like that. So we'll see how that plays. So,
funny how that
you see it, right? I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. But I'm more enthused about the quarterbacks now than I was, 2 months ago when it was in season when we had Aaron Rodgers. Because for me, I couldn't see past Aaron Rodgers in the sense of if these dudes aren't better than Rodgers, I'm wasting my time.
Fair.
But now with Rodgers out the equation, at least as we know today, it's like, oh, no. They become back in play because how can I sit here and act like Will Howard or Mason Rudolph is just head and heels above John Mateer or just head and heels above, any of these dudes we're going to start naming. It's like, what makes us so confident? It's like, there isn't. So I think that's the part that's going to make it interesting, man. So we'll see. We will see.
Yeah. Do you think they're actually going to stick to the month that they gave Aaron Rodgers? I'm going to say the month that they said he was going to tell us.
So I look at it. I thought he said 1 month, but I look at it kind of differently. I look at it like this, man. The communication of a month is, man, you will be priority number one during this time frame. So we're not doing anything during this time frame. Once that deadline has hit, we're not saying that you can't change your mind or make a decision down the line, but you're not priority number one then. So if we've moved on and made a decision to draft a quarterback or sign somebody else in free agency, there is a strong chance that this opportunity won't be here after a month. Fair. That's how I'm taking it. And I think that if that's how it was communicated, I think that's best case for everyone. Because if you're Aaron Rodgers, what pressure should you ever feel to make a decision at this stage of your career when you're saying, okay, Steelers, what are your options from me then? Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, you saw him every day. I saw him every day. Cool. We know what this is. Drafting of these quarterbacks. Cool. We know what that is. Kirk Cousins is about to get released. Cool. You know what that is. So, hey, man, if you're going to take that hard stance, good luck. Aaron Rodgers not losing any sleep over that as a player, financially, and even as a champion. It's like he's checked off every box, and he went out on top saying that, hey, after 2 down years with the Jets, I had this offense in Pittsburgh looking the best it's looked since Big Ben was healthy.
Yeah.
And won the division with Lamar, with Burrow, with 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks in Cleveland, and I won that division. And I did it one-handed because I had a cast on.
We won the division. Look. Yeah. I still have this. We still won the division. It is. So, like, to me, that's the struggle right there, man. But shoot, these quarterbacks, man. Here we are. Here we are. But we're gonna talk more about them. I obviously know this, man. But at least that's how I'm kind of like approaching it. Yeah, I think too, you're right. It could go either way. And so it's like, I could, if at any moment I could have the conversation either way. I could be like, yeah, we're going to see what Rodgers is going to do. We're going to figure it out. And so because of that, we're not even going to talk about the quarterbacks. And then the flip side of that, I can be like, I don't know. So I don't know. Well, and I'll be interested too, as we continue to hit that convo and stuff like that. Not just me and you, but when we start asking fans, for all the Will Howard or Mason Rudolph supporters, or the ones that feel like this draft class is weak, do you feel like these quarterbacks are weaker than Will Howard and Mason Rudolph? That's the combo. It's not just as simple as show. That's what I'm saying. Show about. Yeah, we need to ask the chat if they want that, or you should put up a survey on your thing. You trying to tap into some technology stuff that I don't even know if we even technological enough for that. All right, that's what you don't hear me throwing it out there. It was like, we do 4 lines. It's like it's a solo, it's a one-off. It's all right. I know that button clicks to this. I know that clicks to this. I'm trying to figure out the headphone situation. I already told you, because these headphones is for guests. The other headphones is for the phone. I'm like, I ain't even figured out what I'm just. Look, they be laughing when I be over here like, all right, I'm getting off the phone line. TG is buzzing in.
wait a second, guys.
Like how I said that so fluidly. We should ask. And then I thought, and then I started laughing. I was like, oh, wait a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. But I think that would be a good conversation because I would love to know what other people are thinking. Like, are we team draft a guy?
You know,
are we team draft a guy no matter what if Aaron Rodgers comes back? Because listen, this is the NFL and you're looking for the best. And I'm just asking. Or are we team like, that's not a priority? Like, what is our priority? I would love to know from from fans other than me, like what is our priority list? What is priority list number 1, 2, and 3? What does that look like?
And you know, the other thing that you just said too, are you looking for the best? Are we always looking for the best? Are we looking for the person that fits what we're trying to do? Because we've seen the difference with that, right? Because it's like some people, they want, if this is the best, but I just want the best, I don't care. And it's like, okay, well, we've talked about how, man, sometimes that Myles Garrett, for example, right? You could make Myles Garrett work in any system, but does Myles Garrett as a 4-3 DN hand to the ground guy fit our 3-4 stand up, play outside linebacker, drop it? No, but it's like, could you make it work? Sure. But for some people, it's like, they just care about, man, that part of it. And it's like, not everybody is going to fit to what we're trying to do. Some people, they're not the best at this position, but they fit this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I would love to just hear other people's opinions just to know. Also, if you're watching this video and you're at this point, let us know in the comment section. Like, what are you thinking? What are your top 3? What are your top 3? And maybe that's the conversation we have until the draft. Like what is your top 3? What does it look like and why? What is the most important to you? And why would you pick that person or that position? Because some people just might say Aaron Rodgers is just a 1. and then if Aaron Rodgers
that's why I like top 3. That's what
so like what is your top 3? What does it look like?
Give people options.
Yeah. I like me some options. So I'm just saying. Well, I love that. And the other thing is too, do you feel like I don't feel like we're gonna know. Like I feel like I feel like this is going to happen until draft night.
I mean, in this to a degree, yes. Also, we know free agency will start ahead of time, so you'll have some indicators. I think the thing that will tell me a lot is the newer pieces that are starting to become on the available market, right? Kirk Cousins, for example. 2 weeks ago, Kirk Cousins wasn't in this conversation. Because of what we said, man, to get Kirk Cousins, you have to trade for that, and trade for that, man, you got to do that plus contract, right? We said, man, Falcons probably want to just release him because they got to eat too much of that money. They said he ends up restructuring. Now you get the release. So now you're determining not just is he good enough or not, but you get to do it without having to have this big cap, this big money over his head. Now it's like, if you're just looking at Kirk Cousins and saying, hey, Kirk for 20, Kirk for 25, that's a way different conversation than what that was 2 weeks ago. And I think that's the same thing when we talked to Aaron Rodgers. Before we signed Aaron Rodgers a year ago and people were on the anti-Aaron Rodgers kick, it became, I don't want him if it's going to cost $40 million because Aaron Rodgers. And it's like, well, Aaron Rodgers is a $40 million quarterback. When you look at the $40 million guys, you look at his production. All right. But hey, he came and did it for less. Him coming and do it for less was like, oh, we love this even more. So when I look at Kirk Cousins, I'm like, okay, what does that number even look like if we're just having those conversations? Because I am not the person that's going to lie to myself and just say, hey, Will Howard or Mason Rudolph gives me the best chance to win in 2026 without even entertaining Kirk Cousins. I'm not doing that because I've already seen Kirk have way more production, multiple systems, and have failures and recover from those failures. So that's a conversation that I'll be having, not saying that I love it, but it's like, that's a conversation I'm willing to have if those numbers make sense. And that's just, who else is going to get released, right? We talked about, is Kyler Murray going to get out on this open market? What happens with some of these other guys? We talked about Mac Jones, like, where does that end up at, man? Is that on this market? Like, these are just some of the names that we're throwing out there. So I'm interested to see, man. But it's going to go for a while, though. It's going to go for a while. Yeah. So kick back and get comfy over there, Tanisha. All right, kick back, get comfy.
Good points. Yeah, and maybe our option isn't available right now, and he will be available
You see it.
Eventually. Yeah. That's a good point. And but those are the joys of the off season.
Mhm.
Is it's like I played Tetris, but it's like when you're playing the Tetris game and the things are falling and you're like, "Oh, turn it. Oh, hit it." Like that's what I kind of feel like we're doing. We're like, "Oh, we want him. Oh, wait, who's available? No,
Mhm.
no, no, we don't want him anymore. We want
Yeah.
him."
And if you jump too soon on any of it, and that's why at times in the offseason, it's like, why aren't we making any noise? Are we making any moves? And then you'll see, boom, big move. It's like, man, you don't want to just jump at the first thing. You don't want to just, because and we talk about this, right? We're so quick because we want security. We want to know that we got it. I want to know that my team is undefeated in September.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you know your team is perfect in September? It's like you played 2 games. What do you mean? Like, we're having hard evaluation after 2. It's like, bro, it's 2 games. Like, we don't even know what this roster is right now, right? But we're just in that I need to know, I want to know, I gotta have it right now. But this is the beautiful part of the offseason. It's going to force you to be patient. It's going to force you to, hey, bro, I don't care how bad you want to know who that quarterback's going to be. You're not going to know who that quarterback is for the next month and a half at least.
Okay, so I have a question for you then.
Talk to me.
Just quick answer. If you had to say who the Steelers starting quarterback was going to be September, would you say Aaron Rodgers or a new guy?
I'll say Rodgers.
Okay.
What about you though?
I feel like Malik Willis is going to be the quarterback at the Steelers.
Okay.
I don't know why I think that. Let me just say this because a lot of people think I withhold information. I have no information, no anything about that at this time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think that. Sometimes just certain players, I feel like I cross them and I'm like,
yeah.
Like I'm like, well, wait a second.
I can dig it.
So I don't know. And I don't know.
Malik isn't a bad option. The question with Malik is going to be, what are you willing to commit to him?
Have
you seen enough of him to commit?
Yeah. I think it's going to, to be fair, I think that's the difference between him because of his age and like a Kirk Cousins or because there's all of these different factors. And with the salary cap going up and there's just so many things.
Tanisha, think about this.
Interesting.
People will overpay for Malik Willis because he's younger. Right? Even though we know that doesn't equate to more production or anything. It's just the simple fact that he's younger. Will overpay for the optimism, for the thought of.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where with Kirk, right? But with Kirk, it was like Kirk, he once was the cheap, underpaid overachiever until he got the first record-breaking guaranteed deal to go to Minnesota. And then when he started getting bigger and bigger money, now it became you make too much for your production. Dak Prescott, right? Dak was a fourth round draft pick, man. Think about what Dak, right.
What we gotta do?
But I'm just saying. But shoot, 2 years ago, people act like they were anti-Dak, or was it 3 years ago? It's like anti-Dak.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like
listen,
and then when he gets the check, But then once you play well enough to start getting paid, now it's like you flip one. Not you, but like people like will flip on him. It's crazy to me, man. But that's like Dak in a nutshell. Dak, Kirk, they all in the same boat to me. It's like, those are the ones that were underachievers, got it out the mud, then rose to that level of, you're paid like the kings, like guys. And I was like, all right, no, you don't belong up there anymore. Talk down on them. You're like, bro, they still, But I like that though, Malik Willis. I could dig that.
I don't know why. It's weird. I don't know.
For me, the reason why I say Rodgers is simple as this. He's priority number 1 for the organization.
True. That's true.
They've communicated that publicly.
That's true.
Seeing how they hardly want to even tell you they like you in person sometimes, for them to go out and make public statements about we're having these combos or willing to wait. It's like, yeah, bro. Unless he decides he don't want to play, I will go with Rodgers right now. Yeah. Until I hear it from him. If I hear that he doesn't want to play, I'm like, all right, cool. But they have multiple conversations. Like, okay, so clearly you curious about something. You ain't completely went to the darkness, right?
So on the surface, I feel like it does say that, but I always feel like sometimes some of these things leak for different reasons. And maybe the reason is that he honestly has just been like, I'm 60% no, 40% yes. Okay, cool. We're going to keep talking about you. Like there's so many just different like nuances, I feel like in business where it's like, oh, that's what you're going to do. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. Where it's kind of like, but you never really know. But listen, I am team whoever is on the Steelers, I'm cheering for them. So for me, I'm not one of those fans that's going to be like, oh, Kyler Murray, ew, I'm not watching this team at all. And then I watch them in the background in the dark and tweet about them all the time. No, that's not me. Like, I'm a Steelers fan. So whoever the guy is, I'm on board for that guy. Let's do it. You know, like whoever it is. I just think it's interesting to try to figure out and think through just the options, and even the options like you mentioned before that we don't even know that we don't have yet. That might be options that are. We have a list right now. Today, what is this? February 10th. That February 20th, we might be going, well, here's 3 more guys that we might be able to get.
Absolutely. So. Hey, but the one thing I will say is this, man. They say if you have any type of convo, there's a chance. There's a chance. Because some people, they answer the phone. Remember that. Call some people up right now. He's like, bro, we ain't even having no convos.
That's true.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive, all right? Just keep hope alive. Certain people you call right, it's hey man, you want to play, bro? We not answering.
Okay, so what is your top 3? So if we ask everybody in the chat for those of you that might be just listening, not listening, all those different things. Oh, Michael said, "Looking beautiful is always really flawed." Thank you, Michael, but I appreciate you. That's so lovely for you to say. This is maybe the most important
man. That's all that. Look. That's all I care about. That's what I'm saying. That I'm talking about that one. Yes. Thank you, Michael.
Okay, look. There you go. He showed. Finally. Show us. You know what? Show us the fit. Show us the bull.
No. They already caught on to that. They already caught the Jordan. See, you late on that. See, you was over here still as legend it. No, stop it. No. You're hijacking. You're trying to hijack my moment. You're not gonna hijack this moment, okay? I'm not letting you hijack this moment. Absolutely not. No. See, they've already peeped that. They've already peeped that. Yeah.
Every Tuesday, I'm going to say, tell us about your outfit.
No, she don't care about my outfit. All she want to talk about is sags and football. I care about fashion. You see this Pittsburgh hat is Pirates. You see this red heart and color coordinates with the red jersey. Cause I'm a team lover. Okay. I push positivity. You see this jersey is Jordan today. Why? Cause my little man got the white Bulls Jordan on. You know, I got into it. Come on now, we strategic with this thing, man. Jeez.
Are you gonna put a short up for your members to show that you all are matching?
See, I like that thought process, but no, they don't get that on this channel. That's for my sneaker people. Y'all know Kicking It with Most. Tito with the good vibes. He's a dieharder over there. My fashion people, they know, okay? But yes, okay, that's what I like to talk about. All this football stuff. Nobody cares about this football stuff.
Ready in the morning. When
you
wake
in the morning.
Up,
no. See, listen.
No, I'm talking about when it's a live.
Let me talk to you. Can I talk to you? Let me talk to you.
I don't like the way this is.
He who fails to prepare prepares to fail. Tanisha, if we get up the day of and say, hey, I'm gonna send you an email when I wake up this morning, Tanisha, to send you the link for this stream, Tanisha, to ask you, hey, do you want to talk with this, Tanisha? We ain't gonna have time, are we? We ain't gonna have time to prepare. We might even feel rushed. And when you feel rushed, some people react differently, right? It's not as smooth. It's not as nice. You think about how all the graphics, all the videos, everything that you set up, you ain't do that this morning. When'd you do that? You was working on it last night. You was working on it 2 days ago. You've been thinking about this thing, right? Heck, you might know what you finna do next week before you even got the next week. Why? Because it's already okay. So listen, Tanisha, I can't just wake up and just do no. We at least the night before. At least sometime might be 3. I got outfits. I'm already planning for next week. I'm over here like, yo, I got the Cactus Jacks. I gotta put them on. I'm breaking out the Fire Reds V-Day. I'm going Comar de Garçons. All right. I got my animal print joints that I'm taking for my little ladies for the date night. All right. Don't play with me. Like, yo, and I got them. I got new heat on the way. All right. It's just that's my okay. I love football and fashion. Those are my things. All right, football, fashion, and then you throw video games in there. All right, and that's all I'm on. Okay, if it ain't football,
is it a vision? Are you like, okay, aesthetically, I want to look like this, or are you kind of like, I'm in this kind of mood for the show tomorrow? Or
I'm shoes up. Honestly, I get dressed shoes up. It's like what shoes do I want to wear, and then from there, it's like, all right, What do we want to present? Who am I on with? Right? Because you got to think about all these things. All right. So, for example, right, it was the time when me and you first were starting the stream. And because I was still, just trying to fill out what that was, the energy and stuff, man, I had a fire Whitney Houston tee that was going on with my old school Converse All Stars, the black joints. The Converse All Stars also the most sold shoe in the history of sneakers ever being sold. Shout out to the Chuck Taylor, all right? But I had that on with the Whitney Houston joint, and I was like, yo, I ain't know how you was going to take me coming up here with a black woman over chest, what I'm saying, with you, and I'm like, I ain't want to offend nobody, so I changed the drip. I was like, I'm going to change, all right? It's times where I'm straight with other people, I'm like, yo, this is fire. It's Malcolm X. Maybe this be a little too heavy here. I'm going to swap this one out for this one, all right? Then it's times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this jersey on, but I know if I put this one on, I'm going to hear people say this, so I'm going to just switch it to this colorway, so that way I ain't got to hear this, all right? I'm put the Bruce Smith on tomorrow when I ain't on the live, all right? I'm put the Bruce Smith on that day, because he from the crib, all right? But if I put the Bruce Smith on today, they're going to be killing me, all right? So it's stuff like that, but I'm always thinking that, Tanisha, when we stream, I'm like, yo, all right, what's the vibe I want to set for Tanisha today, all right? So trust me, we don't just wake up and just do this.
Vibe? What is this vibe for me?
This is the twin vibe. This is the Valentine's Day vibe. You know what I mean? Because we know Valentine's Day a couple days away. You dig me? Black History Month as well. So that's why it's Michael Jordan. You catch me because he's one of my all-time faves. Okay, you see what I'm on over here. All right, and then Insecure. I'm a little upset that I got a black tee on because you called me out on wearing all these black colors. And now I'm over here like, dang, I want to wear a white color, but it didn't go with the aesthetic today. So I'm like, I'm in black again. So I do feel like a little guilty about the past couple shows we've had. Me always have it on black tee. So just know
all of the clips I have.
Yeah, like seriously, I was like, yo, every clip, like all the clips. So I'm like, going forward, you're gonna start to see like some loud colors on Sunday nights, and Tuesday mornings. You're gonna start like, why he got orange? Is that fuchsia?
I actually looked for ones that you weren't wearing black, but since the season was over, it's the only color that you have worn.
And when I tell you, I love the color. Like I told you, remember I tell you, I was like, I wear it all the time, but I wear it because like, yo, I used to tell you, you the black one. Like, I'm black. Okay, so I have like a lot of black in my colorway. Like I love that color. All right, that's my go-to. Okay. Like I like that. So that's put me in all black. Okay. Yeah.
So how many days? So like, do you do it the day before? So like, when did you know you were going to wear this outfit?
Ah man, so I probably had about 85% of it figured out by Sunday, but the jersey was up in the air. I low-key wanted because I had the Vince Carter joy. You feel me? I wanted to go Vince. But when because the dad energy, all right? Shout out to the dads out there. All right? Y'all know how dad energy get. Lord have mercy. Little man, though. Little man, he's like, yo, Pops, I'm putting the jersey on him. I'm like, all right, so I got to go in there and get the drip right for the little fella. And he's like, all right, Dad, I'm going to pull up with this one. I'm like, ooh, say less than. All right, we enjoying this then. I bet. I got you. And he wants to have the Chicago ones. He's like, yo, Pops, we're going to wear these with this. I'm like, let's do it, son. Let's do it. So it's little tweaks, but as a whole, like I know, like, yo, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I already know for Friday night. I'm taking my daughters out Friday. It's Valentine's. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the Comars. I'm like, yo, the Comar, the little. Do I want to go with the flannel on top of the random blizzy, or do I want to go hit them with the Henley button up, gin out your hand? Do I want to go with the 10 pin? Do I want to go with the black man? You know. So as a whole, I know where we at with it, and now it's like, all right, is it high end or is it like medium high end for the restaurant? But either way, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I like your style. I love that. I love that you have a process. I love a good process.
Come on, man.
I love a process. I love
that. Shout out to you, PhD. Look, now you're speaking my language, okay? I'll be doing all these shows. I thought we would talk way more about fashion. You're a lady, all right? I thought ladies like fashion. And now we over here, I'm like, we don't ever talk drip. I was like, man, we don't talk drip. It's crazy, bro.
But let's be honest. We can't, there's a lot of things we kind of can't talk about because depending on what I'm wearing.
This is very true.
Then we can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I feel like I'm toned down, whatever that is to people, most of the time people will be like, when does that ever happen? Then I can have the conversation. Because even the way that I dress myself, like I really can't talk about that because I don't start with my shoes or my, I start up top. And so because of that, it really, depending on what you're wearing, kind of depends on your hair and everything else. And that is just how I do it. But I can't have those conversations. Everyone's like, oh my
Well, look, I
Um,
was even joking. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how my man James or Michael Hyrack, excuse me, he could say, "Yo, you look good. He's handsome." I'm like, you imagine if we start the show and like, "Hey, girl, I see you." Ow, ow.
right.
What?
What are you wearing
What?
today?
What?
Yeah, and just what that's like. So for me, it's
Yeah.
like I have to passively be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I noticed your outfit." You can never
Yeah.
say that to me
Mm,
ever
mm, mm,
because then it's
mm.
like, "I knew it. I knew it
Yeah.
this whole time."
I knew
Yeah,
it.
I
That's
knew
why
it. I
she
told
does
you.
that. Oh, yep.
That's why
Yep.
I'm just like, I don't even talk
Yeah.
about what I'm wearing. I honestly just act
Yep.
like I'm not wearing anything. That probably doesn't sound
That
better,
doesn't even
but
sound, that sounds really, really bad. Yep. Yep.
that
Yep.
the point was that it doesn't matter. That was the point I was trying to make. I didn't quite make it the way that I want. But yeah, I have a different body type, and I have to dress my body type. And shoes don't care about my body type. The
No.
top of me cares about my body type, and as I work my way down, certain things matter. And I'm a woman, so
Yeah.
I dress. That's how I dress myself. So
And see, that's how I feel too. Yeah, because my body type ain't like everybody body type either. Yeah.
well, your body, I'm a little curvier than you, slightly, just a little. So semantics. Just a little semantics. Take it or leave it.
What? Because you're a girl? Oh my God, that's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard what she said. Oh my God, because she a girl. Hers matter more than mine. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh.
I said it's different. I got to be, and every woman is different because every woman is different. And every woman likes different things about herself. So I think it's so. David says Dr. T is like Moat's sister who pushes him to do stuff he doesn't want to do.
Basically, yes. That's why I sweat so much with me and her stream, okay? Because I get real uncomfortable at times, okay? That's what be going on over here. So there y'all have it, all right?
James, Moats and Dr. T, perfect match for a show like this. Hey, we're just up here, okay? We're just
we just
lives.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get. I don't know what I'm gonna get when I get up here, and I'm sure she feels the same. We just be up here like, all right, I think we talked a little bit. I think we got a plan. It's a plan-ish. It's like in that range, and we're gonna have fun. That's what we do know. Okay. Hopefully you don't get kicked off the internet today. So it's just like, we get kicked off there. Are we good? All right, we done something right.
Yeah, I'm like, don't say that first thing. Oh wait, you can't say that word on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Some people are just checking in. Hey Norris, how are you? Ooh, somebody else. I start sneakers up all the way to my ball caps. Okay. Do you this might be a correct, if this is like a ridiculous question, just let me know. Do your feet have to match your ball cap? Is that how it works for you too? Are you this man read balls and
no, not ball. I read ball cat, and I just didn't know where he was going because you know how this show gets, and I was just like, bro, I don't get dressed like. I was shocked you can put it on the screen. I'm like, bro, you're wild. All right, I call this a hat. I call it a fitted. I call it a snapback. You call it a dad hat.
But hold
on,
it
needs to be one word. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be one word. That's
there. Are you from the South? HBCU?
No. Ball caps for sure. But I say because that would track. It would track.
Are you from the South? If you're from,
and are you old school? Come about to say I find my pops like, yo, get your ball cap. It'd be like, yo, dad, bro, pops, love you. Yo, pop got some years on though. You dig? Ball cap, like, I look, you young whippersnapper. All right.
The best part about this is we saw two different words.
It's like, bro, what am I I saw it when he typed it in, and I didn't even want to bring it up because I was just uncomfortable. I'm like, yo, I don't know, bro. I just didn't know. So it threw me off. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, I wish you know. Now that we know, and this is the beauty of other people being on the show, I'm not always the most mature. So when my mind defaults to which is 90% of the time, my response is professionalism. And that's why I just get real buttoned up. Like, you know what? I'm just going to hear.
You were like,
I stay buttoned up. We're okay. Okay, you're going to relax your face. You're not going to make any type of subtle movements. You're going to look off into the background, okay? And you're just going to put yourself in a different place while this is taking on, okay? So that way you're not in trouble. You're good, okay? So yes, you saw that working. This is broadcast boot camp 101. All right, you saw the training live action. All right, there you have it. Shout out to Tanisha though. Okay.
And I was like, well, because I'm looking at the word, because I was fixated on the word ball. I'm like, why are we bringing balls into this? Like, what are we talking about? So, oh my gosh. Okay, so just to clarify, he is from Dallas.
Shout out to
So
Dallas.
the ball cap makes sense from Dallas.
Yeah.
And he's 46.
Okay. That's fair.
So all of it tracks. Okay. It's
everything.
Listen,
Yep.
Maybe Moat said it right. It is not you. It is 100% us. Okay. It is not you. It is us. Okay.
I'm bad, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've been here at all through the season, like, it's not you. It is not you. Yeah. I promise you. You keep saying all the right words. It is us. It is definitely us.
I'm trying to be more mature. I was usually the youngest on my teams. I was usually the younger player. So even when I first got to that point of being like the oldest guy in the room as a professional, it was like, yo, I am not the guy. I'm mature enough for this role. Okay.
In a room together, we cannot look at each other if something's going down. I gotta look the other way because I was
like, you know how many times we about to get in trouble? They're like, yo, mom, be like, oh no, I'm sorry, guys, I can't hold it together. I'm sorry. I was trying.
That is awesome.
HBCU. Shout out to you too, man.
This is first time checking out. Well, welcome. Listen,
dude, for a fact, man.
Time being here, welcome. Okay, It is usually more unhinged than this, believe it or not. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you being here, and hopefully we'll see you. We'll see you again next
See you some more, man. Thank you, man.
So, and also if you're new here, for anybody that's new here, we alternate who is in charge of hosting. So on the days that I host, things tend to get a little bit more, I want to say loose. That, doesn't sound great, but that's the word I'm using. But I will say, your shows are creeping. Your shows are kind of creeping a little bit. Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm working on being more loose, guys. Trying my hardest to be loose.
I'm not working on being more loose. That is not something that I'm working on. So I don't know who's working on that, but it's not me. So
Tanisha said my show loose, guys. She said her show super loose. She said my show getting looser.
Working on it. Mine used to be completely like every Tuesday, Moats would be like, okay, here we go. Like, I don't know what this is. I'm just saying. No. So, yeah, I was going to say something else, but anyways, we actually should end this because no telling what's going to come out of my mouth next. And some people might enjoy it and most people do, but anyways, so we will end on you. I just need to say thank you for having this.
There we go.
AirPods popping up. Okay. All right. And we're back. Okay.
We try. We got more professional. All right. We got buttons there. All right, guys. Here we go. And ladies and gents,
brag about yourself. Do it, people.
And listen, guys. I promise, is the more mature one of the group. She has the PhD. She went to school way longer than me. I've been hanging around a bunch of dudes that how we get with too much free time. All right, we could be a headline tomorrow. All right, that's just how it is with our guys. Okay,
so never know. That's why one day when I see you, like I cannot wait, and I need to record it. Now that I think about it, I have to record it one day where I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, it's you, it's Moats.
Yo, you're funny.
Is it you? Like, is it really you? Like, oh my gosh. And you know what? Okay, note to self. I need to make sure that I record that whenever that happens. So
you need help, man.
Right. I do need help. Okay, if you need help with therapy is okay. Okay, there's nothing wrong with therapy. I love therapy.
Like I said, HBCU. If you didn't learn anything about today, just know that she has a doctorate. She is like up here. Okay, we're here.
She's up here.
Okay. All right.
Not do that for him. And you are a Steelers legend. We are, you know what? I need to end this show because you're up here acting up in front of company. There is one professional football player on this panel. It is not me, obviously. It is him and all the amazingness that he does. And so there's that. He was also coached by Coach Mike Tomlin. Anyways, so I just want to say, James says, Dr. T, you're always in charge.
You see it.
Only on Tuesdays, because if you come if you come on a Monday, I can't call it. So, hey,
Mhm.
by the
Hey,
way,
look.
shout out to
Mhm.
Mark. Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark. Hey, shout out to Mark.
I love Mark. Okay.
Mark cutting up for us, man. Let's go.
Mark is here with us. Mark might be one of us.
One of us. Yeah.
On the show when you were like, "Oh yeah," and then they got smashed, and I was like, Mark didn't laugh, and I was like, okay, he's not there yet.
He's working. He's getting there. All right. He's at the edge. He ain't jumped on. His foot is up though. All right. Last year he was like, "Yo, all right."
Oh, his toes
okay,
were
Mark.
up?
All right. You see it. She was going on over there. All right. Okay. He about a couple shows away. He was like, "Oh, he full on head boy now. It's a wrap." By the draft, I'm like, yo, he locked in by the draft. All right.
I love it.
Get there.
I love it. Well, we're gonna end the show here because we all know how this starts to go. Okay. When we go one time we had like almost a 3-hour show. Remember that Wednesday night? I'm like, what are we talking about? When I thought the Stanford Cardinal thing was a Christmas tree.
Yo.
I still believe that, by the way.
Was so funny.
Yeah. Like, we remember, and we couldn't see the time. It was like 2.5 hours. I'm like, what are we talking about?
Yes. That's different. Like real life tears in here behind that, man. I would never forget that one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm looking for that show. So anyways. So thank you everybody for being here. If you haven't already, hit the like button on both of our channels. Make sure you subscribe to both of our channels. If you're on playback, you're welcome. You're welcome for this entertainment. Shout out. And then I did change the outro and I made it a little bit inspirational.
I'm nervous. I don't like to change stuff, bro. I get nervous around the change. Just let you know.
It's fine. I think you'll like it. Anyways, we, like usual, we end with you. This is the only chance you have to get in your little thing that you're going to get in, and you're going to do it. And I'm going to hit the end. What you mean? Okay. So thank you everybody for being here. And we appreciate you. And we'll try to wait to poll the fans or pull the chat, and we will figure out a way. We're going to have to figure out a way to do this call-in show thing.
No, facts. We're going to make it work. All right, I'm going to get in the lab. I'll get in the lab, and we go for sure. But that's my only thing. It's like
force multiplier. Where's that?
Definitely got to figure this. Yeah, we're going to figure this thing out. All right, we're going to figure this thing out. Okay,
awesome.
Okay,
cool. Well, we will end on you. Whatever you have to say.
Hey, look, man. I'm chill, all right? Shout out to all the lovers out there, babe. We know Valentine's Day coming up, and I get it. Everybody cool. Some people too cool to do the whole Valentine's Day because they telling you to tell your lady, hello, I love you. But you can never have enough days to tell your lady, hello, I love you. Get the lady some flowers. Have a little fun this weekend, all right? And also remember this, man. Y'all got to listen to a person with a doctorate. All right, a whole PhD for 1 hour and 41 minutes and counting. So all of y'all are a lot smarter now because of that. So shout out to the doctor. Shout out to Tanisha taking time away from her doctorate life, her elite level, just preparations on being elite at everything. And, hanging with us YouTubers for a little while, man. So shout out to her and shout out to y'all, all right? That's all I got. There it is.
All right. We'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone. Okay, listen for a little motivation. You got this. Whatever in life have you accomplished being negative about it or having a bad feeling about it? You're never going to accomplish anything. You actually are never going to start anything because you're always going to wonder, it's not going to work because of this. It's not going to. It's like, get out there. Push yourself. Go do the thing. Go do the thing that you're scared to do. Yeah. If you're listening to this, go do the thing that you're scared to do right now that you've been thinking about doing for weeks, months, years. You're not doing it because you're terrified. Go do it.